Hello, everyone. It is Lisa Shanette, and I'm coming to you live. So today, I want to talk with you all about first my channel. My channel is a channel about my journey to living a minimalist lifestyle and how it can help others to become a minimalist. So I'm going to be very vulnerable, very live. You'll see things, you'll hear me talk about things. So if you think this is something for you, go ahead and like, comment, and share this video and subscribe. So today I was inspired to make this video based on watching a TED Talk. I'm looking down at my notes, so please excuse me. It's a TED Talk. It was You Can Be a Minimalist, Yes You by Christine Platt. Platt, maybe that's it. She wrote a book about the Afro Minimalist guide to living with less. And so I wanted to know, what is an Afro Minimalist? Does it mean you have to be African? Do you mean you have to be Black? Does it mean you have to only have Afro things in your home as a minimalist? So what I did, I began to watch the video and I listened to what she shared, and it's quite interesting. So according to Christine Platt, she lives in a 630 square foot apartment with her 16-year-old daughter. Well, apartment or home. She didn't really clarify if it was an apartment or a home, but she did share that she's a Black woman, of course, defining minimalism for herself. So she said when she would go and look at things as far as minimalism, what she would see every time she would go and go and research, she would always see white people. And she said, oh my God, I just don't understand why I don't see anybody that looks just like me. So for her, it was a hard thing to just only see people that didn't look like her. So with that said, she began to explore, and she said, oh, I don't want an all white aesthetic, because she loved color, she liked boldness, she liked African prints, mud cloth, all that. And so she began to examine, do I really want to do this? Well, on her journey, she discovered that she lived in a very nice home. She said she was a woman who had, quote unquote, finally arrived from a single mom who struggled. Her lifestyle coming from being a single parent household to struggling growing up, and how her mother would take her shopping. And I can kind of attest to that, because my grandmother used to take me shopping every Saturday, and we would do thrift store, we do yard sales. It was just fun. It was incredible. It was incredible. And one of the things that Christine spoke about is that her mother would go shopping, and she just realized that her mother would say, oh my God, this is a great deal. If we don't get it, it's almost criminal to leave it here. Well, when they did, they began to amass a bunch of stuff. She had beautiful clothes because she would buy quality things, but it was just a lot of things. So as an adult, when she would stress out, she would go shopping. She's a high level corporate person. So she is an attorney, I believe. And I think she had mentioned that she has a daughter and she is divorced. And so she would feel guilty. So she would buy her daughter these high end things to compensate for her lack of time or quality time with her daughter. I'm sure many of us have been on that road where we feel like we can compensate for lack of time, quality time we spend with our families by buying them things. Or we feel like, oh, I'm sad, or I'm depressed, or I have anxiety. I'm going to go buy something. Then before you know, you have a whole closet full of something. Y'all see my shirt here? This is a thrifted shirt. Just wanted to show you that. It's cute, right? So I thrift too. And I have to be careful. I don't thrift a lot of things, but when I do, I thrift. So with that said, Christine wrote her book, but before that, she wrote this TED Talk, and I love that some of the things she spoke about. Sorry, I don't mean to. Sorry about that. I don't mean to. I don't know how that got on. Anyway, what she shared about was that she felt she needed to downsize. So she started downsizing her life, started thinking about why she wanted to become a minimalist, but she wanted to change the look of the minimalist. She did not want to go one fork, one spoon, whatever. She does not count how many things she has. She said, I don't count it. She has tons of green plants around her home. She loves wearing her red jumpsuit. Actually, on TED Talk, you'll see her in a red jumpsuit. You'll also see her in one of her books, or where she's speaking about her book in her red jumpsuit. So I know that she doesn't buy as many things as she used to when she had her huge house. She was working a lot. She went from being a high level, I believe, attorney to being a book author. We'll talk about that later, but right now we're just going to talk about how she got into this Afro Minimalist. So she said, you must define yourself for yourself, because if you don't define yourself, you'll end up being what everybody told you to be. So in the minimalist world, sometimes we can be guilty of just doing what everyone else is doing on YouTube, or we see books and it's always aesthetic, white, white, white. And I'm not that person. I like color, as you can see, lipstick, okay. And then the shirt, of course, you can see the full length. It's a woman on it with lots of colors. In my closet, I have lots of colors. I remember going through a period of my life where all I had was black. I just wanted to wear all black stuff. I don't know. I think I was depressed or something. But I had all this black stuff. And one of my friends, who was an amazing personal style coach, was like, yo, girl, don't do all that black. Spice it up. Let's get some color up in there. And I said, oh my God, I am wearing all black. So as time progressed, I live in a beautiful, beautiful tropical, I call it tropical paradise, but it's in Florida and it's always warm and refreshing. So colors do matter. So with that said, as a minimalist, I won't go all black. Okay. I won't be all white, but I won't be all black and I won't be all gray. I definitely love color. So I can really fill myself with the Afro Minimalist stuff. Okay. And she said she doesn't count the number of things she has because I think a lot of minimalists, they have this thing where they count everything, like the one fork, one spoon, one bowl, all that. I can't do that. Although I don't, I'm currently living with, residing with my daughter right now. Um, but one of the things I do know about myself, I didn't have that much to bring here. I do have some stuff in boxes, but very, very small amounts. Because I've been minimalizing since, God, for years, since 2012. But now I'm at a point where I really realize it's something I really want to live for. Um, so everything she has to be intentional. This is Christine Platt sharing about the Afro Minimalist. So everything she has is intentional. So we got to be intentional, or I must be intentional for buying the things I buy. I can't just buy a bunch of knickknacks and stuff. I got to keep dusting or pile up in the closet. And it's just knickknacks all over the place. And it's something I'm really not attached to. Because one of the things she said, she wants to have joy. And she kept a jar of some type of special stones that remind her of her ancestors. So that's part of her Afro Minimalist. I have pictures that I want my mother to copy that I'm going to frame really nice. That's my grandmother, my grandfather. On my mother's side, I always have to get some more pictures from my father's side as well. So that would be some of my ancestral or, kind of thing. I would do more of a picture thing as opposed to a rocks in a jar. I don't know. She also shared, she had tons of stuff and clothing and accessories. She started to have to go back and go get rid of it. Say, you know what, does this bring me joy? Does this make me happy? Is this something I want to keep forever? So some of the things she said, general use clothes you can consign, which I believe you can consign those, and things with price tags, which she did have. She said, I could sell them. So many avenues to sell. And I won't go into details. That'll be for another video, but you're interested in selling something, go ahead and Google some places you can sell things. And also something locally, you could do a yard sale locally and maybe donate the money to a charitable organization or keep the money for yourself to have more clarity and maybe take a trip as part of your no minimal everyday thing. So with that said, you got to look at your habits and what has caused you to have so much stuff. You have to look at the number of things that has caused you to have so much stuff. And it's also based on your childhood. Like I shared, Christine was talking about our mother would go shopping on the weekends, but they would stay all day. And they bought inexpensive things, but there were so many inexpensive things that kind of clouded up a lot of things in the household. So your habits as a child, habits are a reflection of what you have been experiencing as a young person. So you have to look at your spending habits, the habits of your parents, all those things, and why you do what you do. This is why. So you have to live on intention, buying things for intentional reasons. It must have a place. It must have a opportunity to be served as opposed to anything else. We got to commit to keeping only things we truly need. Only commit to things we truly need. And that is the issue. We all have so many things and we want to keep everything. We don't need everything. As y'all can see in the background, in the back here, my all that wood planks. Those are my daughter platform bed. She broke it, so I brought it all out here on the balcony. But I will be taking it out because it is cluttered to me, and so I'm trying to kind of camouflage it. But it's real. It's 100, right? Okay. So when you hear people say, "I can't leave this. This is so discounted. It's criminal. It'll be criminal if I leave it." Just leave it. Don't buy a bunch of stuff you don't really need. It's not a deal if you don't need it. It is not a deal to buy 4 wooden spoons when you already got 2 wooden spoons at home that you used to cook with. You don't need 6 of them. And even if it's on sale, you just don't need it. So I wanted to make this video. This video was inspired by Christine Platt of you can be a minimalist. Yes, you can. From her TEDx talk, TED talk, maybe a couple years ago. Her, excuse me. Her book, um, being an Afro Minimalist, a guide to being an Afro Minimalist. I just had made the decision that I think I would go on that route as far as the colors. I don't need to count everything. I want to buy things intentionally. I will not just shop just to be shopping, and I won't think everything's a crime if I don't buy it because it's on sale for 2 for $5 or 2 for 10. And to minimize all my stuff and say, oh, do these earrings really, do I have to have 4 pair of earrings that are black? Do I have just a couple? Do I need to have 6 pair of black shoes or just maybe 1 or 2? The sandals, the boots, and I don't really wear boots because I am here in Florida, but I do have some just in case I needed it if I were traveling, right? But we're going to go now, and we're not going to keep talking about the just in case. We're going to get rid of it. So on my journey, you'll see me starting to downsize even more. But I wanted to bring you this live to share with you that you can be a minimalist. Yes, you, and you. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video to someone else who you think would need or could benefit from becoming a minimalist. And stay tuned for some more videos. I try to upload on Fridays and Saturdays. Unfortunately, last night, somehow I made a whole video, could not upload it. So here I am now. So I'll try to make another video maybe Sunday and just upload it then, and we'll go from there, okay? So enjoy your life and make sure you buy only things that are intentional. Peace and love. It's Lisa Shanette from Tampa, Florida. Take care, y'all.